Hello everybody and good morning. Today is Friday, May 31st, and I am 8 days out from the Miami Muscle Beach Pro. So woohoo, it's getting close and I'm getting excited, and I'm in such a great mood today because I get carbs. I get all of the carbs. So I just did 4 low days at 100 grams of carbs, and today I get 350 grams of carbs. So I'm going to take you guys along for the day and show you what types of foods I am eating and all of that, because it's time to fill this body back out, because I feel super depleted right now and I look very watery and flat. So yeah, I'm going to show you actually what I look like after all of the carbs tomorrow. But all right, on to meal number 1. This lighting though. Time to fill out. Okay guys, first meal is going down here. It's actually pretty early, but we have some carbs. So we got rice cakes, good fat right here from the avocado, plus an egg white omelets for the protein, and more rice cakes here. And I also have bananas. So I got some fruit here going straight to my liver glycogen. Also, I am having some greens as well. And this meal here in total is 70 grams of carbs. There we have it, 70 grams of carbs, 13 fat, 28 protein. Let's eat. I'm starving. Okay, this is meal number 2. A bunch of cream of rice, and then I have some cereal on top and some raspberries. And then there's also egg whites in here too, but this is 70 grams of carbs. Okay, so this is the cream of rice that I use. I did added some salt in there as well, and then I add egg whites to make it voluminous. I put some cereal on top and raspberries. And the macros for this meal are 70 carbs. Look at that. Eating outside. It's getting real hot here in Florida. All right, we are 2 meals in here. Feeling a little tired. So I'm gonna need some pre-workout here before I head to the gym. So yeah, I just wanted to get 2 meals in me before I head out to the gym, just so I could, you know, I have 140 grams of carbs in me right now. So I'm gonna let this last meal digest, and then I have a I got a tough session today in the gym that I gotta go and do. But yeah, so the carbs that I'm eating today, as you can see, it's just a lot of rice products, just because rice digests really well in my system. And yeah, like I just don't want to get really bloated. You know, if I was eating a ton of fiber and stuff, it would be hard to get these carbs in, to be honest, because I would be so full from the fiber. Plus, I could get, you know, bloated as well, and we don't want that. So that's why I'm eating foods that just are digesting really well. It's really easy to get it in. Definitely that cream of rice, I plowed that straight down. I just made some rice over there as well that I'm gonna have post-workout. So I'm gonna chow that down, digest it really well. And I'm still having fiber too, guys. Like, if you saw my meals, my first meal today, what I had a banana in there, and then just now I had some raspberries. maybe with my rice post-workout, I'll have some carrots or green beans or something like that, just because it's gonna help me like go to the bathroom. I'm not just gonna completely take out fiber. And so how I figured this all out with the carbs and stuff is, so I'm eating 350 today, and I'm going to eat 5 meals today, and I'm gonna eat 70 grams of carbs at each meal. And that's just how I'm gonna be able to get this food in. Meal 3, I have rice, carrots, and hummus. I've been on a hummus kick recently. But there's the carrots, and this is the rice I made up today. This is 70 carbs. Okay, so having my 4th meal of the day here, and I'm just doing a ton of rice cakes. Almost a full sleeve of rice cakes, which is insane. So yeah, 6 rice cakes here, wow. And then I'm going to put peanut butter on top.
Here, you can give them a tip of how you do the peanut butter. This is how she weighs her peanut butter, everyone. Oh, yeah. You put it in there, and then you press tare, and then it's basically going to be doing a negative right now.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to do that.
So see how it says negative 15? So that's exactly, and now she can lick the spoon.
I know.
Or I guess she needs more.
Yeah,
but,
you can.
But she can like lick the spoon now.
Yeah, I mean all these macros, they add up.
Yeah.
They add up if you're not doing it like this.
Yeah, so you can just put the peanut butter on the scale, press tare, it'll press 0, and then it'll just come up as negative, and you can lick the spoon.
Yummy.
And she had 26 or whatever grams. But she wished she could have pizza right now.
No, I'm actually like really satisfied.
Your shirt says pizza on it.
Oh.
Someone like sent that to you like for free, like I don't know, like a year ago or like 3 years ago, like in Colorado.
I know.
Like who is that?
Someone has sent this to me like a while. Yeah, I like it. It's like an Adidas symbol, but
it's hilarious. I forgot about that.
This is 70 grams of carbs. Yep. Alrighty. 200 grams of rice. So we're eating more rice. I've been loving this Trader Joe's ground beef. So I'm having some of that there. And then I will be topping some shredded lettuce on top. And that's dinner. Mixed it all together. And there we have it.
I'm an oncologist. Half my patients have their skin sloughing off. Why are you so worried about this guy?
Ooh, I need to add 2 grams of butter. Hello, and it's the morning after 350 grams of carbs. And I'm gonna do a physique update. I'm gonna show you guys my new suit by Angel here. It's gorgeous. And yeah, so 350 grams of carbs went down yesterday, and this morning I woke up with a new low weigh-in, and I feel tight as heck right now. But first, and I'm 7 days out from my show, so I say the mock peak carb up was a success. But let me show you guys my suit by Angel. Look at it. Wow. Here is a better view. So this is the top. Wow, it's so perfect. It's purple. Those carbs did me well. Okay, physique update. Lighting's a little weird with this camera, but we're gonna do the best we can here.
All right, so yeah, it's Coach Kyle here, and Lauren wanted me to come on here real quick to discuss the peak week, their carb up, and how I'm kind of just looking at this data too. So I think this video is kind of more about refeed, the 350 carb refeed, and showing you the foods we ate. So I guess I can go into that first is, yeah, you're not gonna really wanna carb up on, let's say, vegetables and stuff like that, right? You want to carb up on stuff that's gonna go to the muscle glycogen fast and efficient. So that's why you won't see like a ton of fiber in it, and it's more just rice products. Corn cereal does just fine, and even whole wheat does pretty good for some people, but it can the whole wheat can kind of slow things down a little bit because it does take a little bit longer to assimilate glycogen longer than people think. You can't just like eat a meal, which we've talked about in our peak week. You can't just eat a meal and then like see the carbs go into your muscle glycogen within a few hours. Like it does take a little bit longer than that. So yeah, that's why you'll see her doing a lot of rice products. It's easy on the stomach. It's not gonna cause as much bloating, and it'll go to the muscle glycogen pretty well. So yeah, you saw her have some super greens in the morning, have a little bit of fruit, and the fruit is gonna go to the liver glycogen and replenish that. And then from there, yeah, the super greens is more just for the health and all that. And from there, she moved into the starches. So yeah, that goes over a little bit with that. It's more about the bloating and minimizing that and having a really good look for filling out muscle and kind of making I'm looking for her skin to be, you know, tight and that kind of a hard look, because we're reducing a lot of the water retention and filling her muscle glycogen up with carbs. Okay, so the main thing Lauren wanted me to talk about was why we gave her 350 grams of carbs, and what was that all about? Why? Well, first off, you're just constantly through this process, I'm looking at her physique. I'm looking at her physique, you know, as she's getting leaner, right? I'm looking at specific areas, making sure the glutes are coming in more, right? I'm seeing where the fat is, and I'm seeing her get leaner, because that's part of this goal here. And at the same time, we're also looking at other things on how I'm gonna peak her, such as filling up the muscle glycogen and reducing water retention, and just like it's more than just getting lean, right, people? So with that, I'm constantly seeing how she looks after low days and seeing her depleted and looking at that specific look on her, as well as when she's kind of carved up or if she spilled over. So if she spilled over, that could be when you kind of start losing a little bit of lines because you spilled over and you ate too many carbs where you can't even store it. Like you went to maximal storage within your liver and muscle glycogen, where that is now gonna just be, you know, just blood glucose and just all around, and you kind of just start to lose a little bit. So that's kind of what you look at between spilling over and yeah, because right, I want her to look 100% when it comes to show day. I don't want her looking 90 or 95. I don't want her looking 105 or 110. I want her looking 100% within this peak. So that's what we're doing. I'm looking at her pictures before, looking at her pictures after, looking at her pictures 2 days later. So that's why I gave her 350 carbs. It's not just a refeed to help with performance and recovery and all those things that we talk about, why we do refeeds and carb cycling in general, but also to test her peak and see, you know, how much carbs she can handle and how she looks after 350 grams of carbs. And then even the next day after she worked out that next day to see how she looked after 350 grams of carbs with working out the next day. And then she ate 200 grams of carbs pretty much every day since the 350 gram carb up. So the 350 gram carb up was like 30 fat, 35 fat, 350 carbs, 100 protein. The next day just went to 40 fat, 200 carbs, and 120 protein. And that's what I'm having her do pretty much all week, except I'm basically doing the same thing I did at Pittsburgh. Before Pittsburgh, I had her do 2 carb up days, and then I started back at her low days and I started trickling up her stuff, a progressive linear load. And at the end, I kind of just topped it off. But she's just leaner now, and she's just more efficient almost, and just can handle more carbs because she's leaner. So with that, I'm just kind of peaking her the same way as I'm peaking in Pittsburgh, but it's just more aggressive and more custom and specific towards her. And if you are wondering, I think she did kind of spill over at the 350 carbs. And so she actually looked better after she ate 350 carbs. The next day eating 200 grams of carbs. The next day she looked better. But to be honest, even today she's looking a little bit, you know, better in some places and a little bit worse in some places. But I think she'll just sharpen up all week. And then I'll just top her off again on Friday when it won't be 350 carbs. It'll be something closer to like 270 to 320 carbs. On that Friday before the show coming up. So yeah, it's Monday now, and I'm peaking her with a progressive linear load, similar to Pittsburgh, but just more aggressive and more custom. So that's where we're at. Wish us good luck, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk soon.
Awesome! Good work, Coach Kyle.